So I spend an awful lot of my time working with my clients to help build their business with a view to how do we ultimately generate more profit within the business. Because as Duncan Bannatyne, my favourite dragon on Dragon's Den, says, revenue for vanity, profit for sanity. So what's the bottom line? Now if I look at the old way of thinking of how we drive profit, I think it's a little bit limited because it's effectively a formula based upon three variables. So we've got your sales minus expenses equals profit. And I say that that's limited because well, first of all, how do you just generate sales? They don't just happen. You have to do lots of stuff to make that happen. So kind of what is that? And then the second thing is, in terms of cutting expenses, well, I totally agree that we should always look to say, well, how can we shave costs so that we can actually enhance our margin? But you can only go so far, so you can't cut your way to success, in my view. I think you have to grow your way, and that's where it puts a much more emphasis on sales. Now at Action Coach, we have been operating for many years a very successful proven system which we call the 5 Ways Action Coach system to help clients grow their business and ultimately generate more profit, and that's what I want to show you today. So the first thing that you'll see on this flip chart here are the 3 things that all business owners want. So they say that they want more customers because ultimately they get more sales from those customers or revenue, and what's derived clearly from revenue is profit, so what ultimately gets taken to the bank. Now that's what people want. Now you'll notice that there are equal signs before each of these desires, and the reason for that is that customers' revenue and profit are outcomes. You can't just get those 3 things, you have to do things to get them. So this is where I want to introduce you to the 5 Ways variables, and I'll just work it from the top through to the bottom. So the first thing that we need to do if we're looking to get customers, because that's the first stage, we won't get profit or revenue if we don't have customers. So the first thing that we need clearly to do is we need to increase our number of leads. Now leads are basically inquiries that are made into your business, so it might be a phone call that comes through to the office or the store, or it might be an inquiry made through the website. But people who are effectively expressing an interest in what you have to offer. How do we make sure that we are generating a number of leads? So question number 1 is, what are the strategies that you've got that are currently working for you right now to drive leads or inquiries into your business? But leads in themselves are good, but they're not everything, because they're only people who are potentially showing interest. The only way that they become customers is through our conversion of those leads to customers. So again, the way I always look at it is that, in simple terms, is that leads is about how do we kind of get the message out and actually generate the demand through marketing. Conversion then is almost some of the kind of the sales strategies, if you like, that help people to kind of cross over the line and actually become a customer. So do you know currently what your techniques are for helping to convert that interest into customers? So again, you should have a good handful of strategies on each of these areas already to help you get your customers. Once you've got customers, clearly the most important thing for us to do is to delight them with the service or the product that they've bought from us, with a view to encouraging them to come back again, because a repeat customer is going to be far more profitable in the long term than having to find brand new customers each and every sale. So the next thing that we have to do with customers is make sure that they have transactions with us. So how do we increase the number of transactions that people make with us? So again, loyalty cards are a really good example of businesses who try to encourage people to just come back again and again. Once we've got people who are coming back to us, then the other way to drive our revenue is through increasing the average value sale. Best example here that everyone I'm sure will be able to understand is McDonald's. So the one thing that you are guaranteed to be asked when you walk into a McDonald's store is, would you like fries with that, sir? Or do you want to go large? Now, the reason that you're being asked that question isn't because people think you look hungry. They're asking that question because they know that, for every 10 people that they ask, 3 people will actually say yes. Now, actually, those 3 people in every 10 adds millions to the bottom line every single day for McDonald's. So again, a great example of an average value sales strategy. But you take your number of customers, times it by how many times they transact with you, and the amount of money that they spend will determine the revenue that you have in your business. And then, of course, once you've actually got a revenue, that's not the money that you take to the bank as such, because you've got some expenses, you've got cost of sales, and so on and so forth. So we need to be mindful of what's our percentage margin that we operate on, and that as a calculation off of revenue will give us our profit that we ultimately take home. So the question that I want to pose to you now is, on each of the things that are in blue, the 5 ways, how many strategies are there currently working in your business that help move each of these areas forward? To increase more leads into the business, to help convert more people, their interest to actually become customers, to make them come back time and time again. And when they do come back, how do we make them or help them spend more money than they maybe thought initially they were going to spend with you? And then also, what are some of the things that we can do to reduce our costs or increase our margins? So again, we've got over 350 strategies within the Action Coach system that points against one of these strategies. Not all of those strategies will work for your business, but a handful definitely will. And my encouragement is, how do we kind of put a business development plan together that will actually grow your bottom line profit? So please download the tools that are available around the 5 ways. Have a good read of them. Have a go yourself. Have a think about what are the things that you're doing in your business right now. But also get in touch with me, because I guarantee you there's going to be a whole host of other thoughts or ideas or way of stringing things together that we can work on to really significantly move your profit forward. In a separate video, I'll actually put some numbers to this so that you can totally follow through and see the impact of dividing things down to multiply up the result. Anyway, that's for later. For now, good luck.